the Word was with God, and the Word was God. The same was in the beginning with God. All things were made by him, and without him was not anything made that was made. And the Word was made flesh and dwelt among us, and we beheld his glory, the glory as of the only begotten of the Father, full of grace and truth. And this gospel of the kingdom shall be preached in all the world for a witness unto all nations, and then shall the end come.
Yeah. Spit this. For the children of Zion. Yeah. Come on.
Ya people, my people. Talk about ya people, my people. Ya people will breathe again. Talk about ya people, my people. Talk about ya people, my people. Ya people will breathe again. Talk about my people. Lost in the streets, no place to go. Some barely mercy, Yah work through me. Give me what to say, brighten up their day from pain. I'm so ashamed, too long in my life. Help me do what's right in your sight. Made us stars, shine above. Who else you love like us? Came down from up above, showed us love. You are the king, through us your name will ring. Ya people, my people. Talk about ya people, my people. Ya people will breathe again. Talk about ya people, my people. Talk about ya people, my people. Ya people will breathe again. Talk about my people. Those who have ears, pretending not to hear. The only one to fear is Yahweh. Respect his name. All praise is due. Made it all but you. This is true. Who else can say it?
Who else can say it?
I know not one name.
Not one.
To save us from the flame, I proclaim. Gave us laws, made us stars. Us came down from up above, showed us love. You are the king, through us your name will ring. Ya people, my people. Talk about ya people.
That was, well, you could really officially say from the 1600s, somewhere around 1600 or 1619, when the first slaves were taken off of a particular ship in slavery began here in America. And there has been a concerted effort on the part of the religionist and society hooked up together to make it appear that black people are a subhuman race of people, and therefore it is all right to enslave them, whether by chains or by economics, and keep them at the lower end of the totem pole, if you would. It's been a very concerted effort, and it's validatable, and when we get into racism, I will give you a lot of documentation on this. One of the things that has been used, of course, is to show that the white race is a superior race and that the black race is an inferior race. And so consequently, that can give people the idea that they have a right an inalienable right, if you would, to look down on people of color. But as we looked at it last week, and as we're going to look at it this week, we're going to find out just the opposite. Because haven't you ever wondered, just think about this. Haven't you ever wondered, what in the world have black folks done to other people in human history to deserve to be treated like the dirt we have been treated like?
You know, this is only fit us, sisters and brothers. See, the Lord, the Lord told, this Bible is given by the Lord, but it's our history. Because what the Lord said was going to happen to us has happened to us and no one else. We have a lot of people that have migrated in all over the whole world, but we are the only one in this entire hemisphere that was brought here against our will. And that wasn't no accident. The Lord called this thing. Now the Lord gave Israel some blessings if they do right, and he gave them some curses if they do wrong. And we're going to go into Deuteronomy the 28th chapter, and we're going to look at this. The Lord told us that before we got to the promised land the first time.
And it shall come to
Deuteronomy
pass,
28,
if thou shalt hearken diligently unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe and to do all his commandments, which I command thee this day, that the Lord thy God will set thee on high above all nations of the earth.
Now this is what the Lord telling Israel. If you do what I tell you, keep my commandments, you're going to be set on high above all nations. That is a high position, ain't it? Go ahead and read.
And all these blessings shall come on thee and overtake thee, and thou shalt hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God.
He said, now this blessing, Lord, is going to bless you, and these blessings are going to overtake you. Let's look at some of these blessings. Skip down to verse 12 and go ahead.
The Lord shall open unto thee his good treasure, the heaven, to give the rain unto thy land in his season, and to bless all the work of thine hand, and thou shalt lend unto many nations, and thou shalt not borrow.
So the Lord is going to bless you so. You're going to be on the top, and you're going to be the money lenders. You're the one that's going to be lending to everybody else, and you ain't going to have to borrow from nobody. He said, this is the way it's going to be if we keep his commandments. Go ahead and read.
And the Lord shall make thee the head and not the tail, and thou shalt be above only, and thou shalt not be beneath.
And that's a big position. You're going to be the head and not the tail, and you're going to be above only. That is a big position, sister and brother. Whatever happened, you will always be above. Go ahead and read.
If that thou hearken unto the commandments of the Lord thy God, which I command thee this day, to observe and to do them.
Now, he said, if you hearken to do them. But then there's another side to this too. Skip down to verse 15. Go ahead.
But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe and to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day, and all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
Now he said, if you don't do what I said, all these curses are going to come upon you and overtake you. Go ahead and read.
Cursed shalt thou be in the city, and cursed shalt thou be in the field.
So no matter where you find yourself, you're going to be cursed. Out of all the people in this whole hemisphere, you be the one that something's most likely to happen to you. If you're in the city, you're cursed. If you're in the field, you're cursed. Skip down to verse 25 and read it.
The Lord shall cause thee to be smitten before thine enemies. Thou shalt go out one way against them, and flee 7 ways before them.
And that's what the Lord did. Go ahead and read.
And shalt be removed into all the kingdoms of the earth.
Now, he didn't say you're going to migrate, sisters and brothers. You're going to be removed. That means that somebody else is going to take you where you end up, and it's against you. And he's going to remove you. He said you're going to be removed into all kingdoms of the earth. So wherever you find a nation, you have an Israelites around there somewhere.
And the 7th angel sounded, and there were great voices in heaven saying, the kingdoms of this world are become the kingdoms of our Lord and of his Christ, and he shall reign forever and ever.